Hi everyone, this is your astrology and tarot forecast for the week starting the 10th of February and going through until the 16th of February 2014. My name's Greg, and the way I'm going to do this reading is I'll have a look at the astrological influences and positionings that you can expect for the week and what you'll be working with. And then I'll draw 3 tarot cards to give me a top 3 of what signs of the zodiac are going to be affected by those energies and who's going to feel things the strongest. So I'm going to get started straight away into doing the reading. And the first thing that I want to just let you know about is on the 10th of February, there's a major trine occurring. So it's a grand trine. And a grand trine always signals a period of real ease and talent for something. And the trine is between your ascendant, which is in Gemini, the Sun, which is in Aquarius in the 10th house, and Mars, which is in Libra in the 5th house. And what that means is it's very much to do with your mind, with your higher self, and it's really to do with inspirational thoughts. So last week I had a look at Mercury going into retrograde, and Mercury is really all about communicating. It's about how you put your thoughts and ideas across, particularly with this chart, how you put your feelings across. But really this grand trine has come in to kind of alleviate some of the pressure of Mercury in retrograde. So because some things have become blocked off and become a little bit more difficult to communicate, this real talent for inspiration and really higher self ideas has come in to really give you a different path to take, a different option to look at, and to give you a different way of getting your point and your creativity across. So really expect that to come in at the very beginning of the week. On the 11th, the moon goes into Cancer, and it's right next to the planet Jupiter, which is also in Cancer. So Jupiter is in the 1st house, which really has to do with identity and the self, and you feel a real sense of knowingness around who you are at the moment, a real sense of ease around what your talents and skills are. And when the moon goes next to that in terms of the degrees, it's 3 degrees away, also in Cancer in the 2nd house, it means you have a real sense of ease, but not only that, you're able to use that ease and to really earn some money with it, and to earn some real to bring some real abundance and prosperity into your life in an easy and informed way. So it's about taking those inner gifts and inner realizations that you've been learning for the last week or so, and to turn them into something practical. On the 12th of February, the moon is in a trine with Saturn. And the moon is still in the 2nd house at this point and still in Cancer, but it connects in a really positive way with Saturn in the 6th house in Scorpio. What that means is that the actions you took on the 11th now become solidified and have real boundaries and structure to them, which means it becomes a solid, long-term, tangible presence in your life. It becomes part of your daily routine. So just to recap that and to just re-emphasize it, you've done a lot of work lately that has given you insight into who you are as a person and what you're good at. On the 11th, you start to take practical inroads towards that. And on the 12th, you have so much success with it that you can really see the potential for it to become a long-term project in your life. Let's move on to the 14th of February, which is the full moon. And the full moon is in Leo at this point. Leo is a sign that has to do with fire and energy and expression. And the moon is what makes you feel nurtured and what makes you feel comfortable. When the moon is full, it means it's a culmination of those energies. So the combined sense of nurture and the combined sense of Leo means that you feel very good at expressing yourself, being seen by other people, and getting your expression across. So really expect an intense period around the 14th. And on top of that, it's in opposition to Mercury, which is in retrograde in Aquarius in the 11th house. Then it's also in opposition to the Sun in Aquarius in the same house, and it's also in opposition to your midheaven, which is in Aquarius. So again, in practical terms, what that means is you're going to really want to, be seen and get your point across and communicate. But the thing is, there's a real block happening with Mercury, and there's a real consideration for other people and the greater whole, and there's also constraints from your work which are blocking that. So the 14th could be a real sense of unease and tension for you, because you're going to feel like your style is being cramped and people are holding you back and you can't say what it is you want to say. And I think there's a real potential for some resentment there. So really just go into the full moon period with that in the back of your mind, and just try and tone it down a little bit, and just be aware that if there is any frustration coming up in you, it's as a result of this full moon in Leo. Right. Moving forward to the 15th and 16th of February, I want to focus on this stellium that's occurring in the 11th house. Chiron and Neptune are in Pisces, and they're near Mercury and the Sun. And what that means is that, your the negative experiences that you've had in terms of your working life and the things that need to be healed are now kind of balanced and superseded by the sense of responsibility and the sense of the greater good. So you're really going to be looking at communicating effectively. Again, bearing in mind that Mercury is in retrograde, so you're going to be looking at alternative ways of doing that. But you're also going to be looking at slotting into kind of the norm, the status quo, the greater good. And you're really not going to want to ruffle too many feathers at this time. So expect any past thoughts or experiences where you felt like an outsider to come up again. And also when they do come up, an opportunity for them to be healed. Because, when you look at something, you give your attention to it, you can then look at kind of working around those and releasing them and letting them go. Okay, so those are the energies in terms of the astrological influences. And please note, as just an aside, if I said earlier that it was in the 11th house, I meant that Mercury and the Sun are actually in the 10th house. I'm sorry if there was any confusion around that. So just to confirm, Chiron, Neptune, Mercury and the Sun are in the 10th house of career and work and finances. Yeah, okay. So let me draw my 3 cards and see what's going on there. Okay. So the first card that I've got is the World, which is Taurus. And it's the final card of the major arcana, and it means completion. So this is really good news for you, Taurus, because you're going to feel a real sense of completion, a real sense of things being exactly right for you at the right time, and you're going to sense a real kind of ease and comfort in this week, and you're going to feel like you have 2 feet firmly planted on the ground, and you're getting on in life the way you want to. The next card is the Hierophant in reverse, and the Hierophant in reverse has to do with Saturn. Let me just show you the card. Okay, so that's the card in reverse. Saturn, and Saturn has to do with Capricorn. So Capricorn, you're going to be the one who feels like a little bit of an outsider. You feel like, especially in your working life, that you've had some situations where your ambitions were kind of thwarted. You didn't get to where you wanted to go, and you're going to feel some of the pain come up for you again this week around some of those issues. So really see this week as an opportunity to heal those events and to really think about how you can create more stability in your life and feel more appreciated by the people around you. Finally, this is wonderful. We've got the Chariot, and that is Sagittarius. So what that means is that Sagittarius, you're especially going to feel the desire and drive to be seen, to kind of explore different ideas and to get other people to listen to your thoughts and your opinion on things. And it's important for you, especially Sagittarius, to temper that a little bit, especially around the period of the full moon, when there's going to be a bit of a conflict with Mercury and the Sun, and when some of your views and opinions may not be universally, celebrated. So you in particular are going to have to keep an eye out on, keeping a lid on that urge to really speak out. It depends on you, but it could cause some conflict. If you're prepared for that, absolutely go for it. If you do want to keep the status quo more on an even keel, then look at tempering that. But really, it's your choice, and it's just important to be aware of that. So it looks like a really eventful week. I hope you have a great week. If you'd like to get in touch with me in regard to this reading for the week, or if you'd like to leave any comments, you can do that here on YouTube or via Facebook. The Facebook page is facebook.com/GregoryScott444. And also, if you'd like to get in touch with me in regard to a private reading, please send me an email, which is readings@gregoryscott.co.uk. I hope you have a great week, and I'll be with you soon.